All right, buddy, you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's do it.
All right.
A little Patreon.
Patreon action.
So, how you been?
I've been good. Busy week.
Busy week?
Crazy week. Yeah.
You're gonna have those, man.
Yeah. Definitely had it. How about you?
It's been pretty hectic.
Yeah.
Our criminology, we moved to a different company,
Right.
got all of our episodes back, which is something that for Unsolved, TCAT Unsolved, we're in the process of doing, I think within the next week or so.
Yeah.
All of our True Crime All the Time Unsolved episodes should be back. So
Yeah. Be nice.
I'm looking forward to that.
Right.
What else? But that was a lot of work. Anytime you switch systems, it's not like they just automatically flow in.
Right.
I literally had to put like 150
Basically manually doing each one.
some episodes. So,
Yeah.
but we won't have that problem with Unsolved because we're staying with the same company.
Right.
What else, man?
Yeah, man.
Finished Sopranos.
Did you finish that?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did he die at the end?
It's interesting, right? Because I remember watching this
Mm-hmm.
way back when. And so I finished it up today
Right.
as I was getting ready, putting the final touches on everything. And so then I went to the internet to try to figure out what everybody was saying about it.
Yeah.
A lot of people think, okay, the guy in the jacket killed them all. But one guy had a really interesting take. He was a writer. And he said that he didn't think so. What he thought was that the creator, I think his name was Chase or David Chase or whatever, was basically whacking the audience, saying, that's it. That's it for you.
Right.
You're done. Whatever happens to them or will happen, you don't get to see it.
That's right.
I thought that was pretty interesting. I have no idea.
I like that. I like that theory.
And there is no definitive answer. I don't think the guy has ever said.
No.
So it's a strange ending, but it's one of those that, kind of really makes you think. And I think that's what they wanted.
Yeah. And some of those actors went on to some other really good shows,
Yeah. That James Gandolfini, he died.
He did. Yeah.
Not that long. I mean, I think he was only like 52 years old.
Yeah. But he made some really good movies too.
He did.
Certain roles he had in those movies, but he always played them well. And then
he was a good actor for sure.
What's her name went on to do that Nurse Jackie?
Oh, Carmela. Yeah. I don't
remember her name either.
I can't think of her real name.
Yeah.
She's really good too.
Yeah.
It's just a good show. I mean, universally thought of as one of the better shows ever made.
Oh, I think
it's
so.
number one on a lot of lists.
That and Breaking Bad and yeah.
I think the thing about Sopranos is it came first. So a lot of people say, well, you wouldn't have had Breaking Bad or Mad Men or all these shows because they kind of took a lot of their things from
Sopranos kind of paved the yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about what we have coming out.
Okay.
On True Crime All the Time, I think we have what is going to be a really good episode. People are really going to like it. We're talking about teenage murderer Mark Valera. So we're headed to Australia.
Good day, mate.
And we had some help from one of our listeners who's from Australia. That's not going to help us pronounce everything correctly, but
it's not going to, no.
No, I don't know what that was. Is that British? Is that a someone from Britain that has lived in Australia for some length of time and now has morphed?
Probably so, mate.
Accents. But I think people are really going to like it. It's got some big twists and turns in it.
Oh, man.
For a solved episode.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It really has some kind of...
Yeah. Stick with it all the way to the end, man.
Yeah, because there's like a part of it where you think that's over.
Yeah.
And then a whole bunch more things happen. I don't want to give anything away. And then on Unsolved, we're talking about the 2008 murder of Heather Walker.
Yeah. Right here in Dayton, man.
Yeah, it happened in our hometown. It's a case I wasn't even really familiar with.
Yeah.
And I think, we saw it on the news. It's been in the news here lately.
Right.
The anniversary. And so we thought, well, we should cover it. I mean, it's in our happened in our backyard.
It's an interesting one.
How can we call ourselves, real true crime podcasters if we don't know about this case?
Yeah, so we took care of that.
So we got that. We got shout outs, and then we got Q&A. Which
Yeah.
one do you want to do first?
Let's get the shout outs.
We're going to do the shout outs?
Yeah.
Okay. So we had a Dunnikin,
A Dunnikin?
Mhm.
Hey, a Dunnikin.
Allison Mayer,
What's going on, Allison?
Brian Miller,
What's up, Miller?
Austin Kayer jumped out at our highest level.
Hey, Austin.
Robin Valicao
It's Valicao.
is what I'm going with. Brandy Ward,
Hey, Brandy.
Josh Clackler,
Hey, what's going on, Clack, Clack, Clacker?
Marianne Garcia,
Hey, Marianne.
Jean,
Just Gene?
Mhm.
Okay.
Emily Arnbrister jumped out at our highest level.
Well, thanks, Armbrister.
Kimberly Fizzitalia.
Visited Italia.
I like that.
Yeah.
Luba Visnitskaya.
Ooh. Welcome to the party, Luba.
I think I'm good on that one, though.
Yeah.
I feel confident.
Yeah.
Terry Aranis.
Hey, Uranus.
Connie Di Gitano.
Digitano.
That's what I'm going with.
Yeah.
Lauren Bulmer.
Hey, Lauren.
Michelle jumped out at our highest level.
Well, good old Michelle.
Crochet Lawrence.
Crochet?
Lawrence.
Crochet.
Mhm.
Well, thank you, Crochet.
Katie Harris.
Hey, Katie.
Marty Hatcher.
What's going on, Marty?
Jill Hill.
Hey, Jill.
Susan Brown.
What's up, Susan?
Lisa Marinez.
Marinas.
Liz Villegas.
Ooh, Vegas.
Diana Stoker.
What's going on, Stoker?
Julie Christie.
Hey, Julie.
Miles Allender. Or Allender.
Just say, what's up, Miles?
Miles.
Yeah.
Gina Ann.
Hey, Gina.
No, it's probably Jenna. Jenna Ann.
Well,
I want to correct that.
what's up, J.A.?
Anthony.
Hey, Anthony.
Melissa Nance.
Well, appreciate that, Melissa.
Julie Ellis.
Hey, Julie.
Rose Arucha.
Ooh, LaRucha.
Alexandria Dunbar.
Hey, Dunbar. That's a famous Dayton name.
It is.
Yeah.
Here. Yeah. We'll actually be talking about it in the episode, I think. I think she went to Dunbar, one of the Dunbar high schools.
Wilbur Wright.
Oh, was it? Well,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
For
But
some reason, I was thinking Dunbar.
yeah, it happens.
It happens.
Yeah.
Cameron Street.
Hey, Cameron.
Jean Christie.
What's up, Gene?
Julia Glazer.
Oh, Glazer.
Michael O'Connor.
Oh, another like Irish. Irish Connor.
Sound like you said Arnold Palmer. It didn't come out.
O'Connor. Yeah.
Cheryl.
Just Cheryl?
Yeah.
Okay.
Deb Turner.
Hey, Deb.
Kristen Lauterbach.
What's up, Lotta back?
David Kelly.
Hey, David.
Amy Jackson.
Hey, thank you, Amy.
Scott Connor.
Hey, Scott.
I actually went to school with a Scott Connor.
Did you?
Mhm.
Well, if that's that Scott Connor, he calls in and let us know what he was like.
I don't think it's the same one. I think the name's spelled a little differently, but you never know.
Yeah.
Janice Foote.
Hey, Janice.
Anna Creel.
Well, hey, and
Georgia Negrini.
Negrini?
Mhm.
Okay.
Cindy Bauer.
Hey, Cindy.
And Annie whatever.
Well, Annie, whatever. Okay.
Whatever.
Whatever then.
Whatever you want to put here.
Yeah.
And then if we go back into the vault, Gibbs.
Sounds good.
This week we selected Rebecca Hirschkoff.
Hey, Rebecca.
Been with us a long time.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Long time supporter. So we really appreciate that. We appreciate the new support, the continued support. We say it, but our Patreon folks have really gotten us through what have been some lean advertising times.
Oh, man. Couldn't do it without them.
Over the last year or so.
Definitely needed them.
Yeah.
And still do.
Been a huge help.
Yeah.
And then let's get into some Patreon Q&A.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, I still have a ton of questions,
Oh,
man.
man.
So Tanya King asked about the time and effort that goes into putting out an episode.
Wow. That's a good question.
It is a good question. I think it's the one thing that's probably safe to say is that it's much more than anybody thinks it is.
For sure.
I do a lot of Skype calls with people that are starting podcasts or have just started podcasts, and
Yeah.
I'm happy to try to help out.
Sure.
And the one thing that I hear from every one of them is that, especially if it's related to true crime, they had no idea how long it was going to take to get ready for an episode.
Yeah.
The research. And again, that varies with people.
Sure.
If you're just reading off of Wikipedia, well, hell, let's do 4 or 5 right now.
Right.
But that's not what most people do. And
Right.
certainly that's not what you and I do. So, finding the right material and then even then making sure it's right,
Yeah.
which you and I have talked about, going through old newspaper articles or, court documents and things like that. It takes a while and to craft the story and kind of put it together. And then, the recording is kind of the fun part.
It is.
And that takes a couple of hours
Yeah. per
episode. And then the editing probably takes around 4 or 5 hours
per episode
to whittle that down to what is
Yeah.
the story that we want to put out.
And then you got to do all the post marketing after that.
Oh yeah, a little bit of social media and this and that, but
yeah.
So yeah, it's considerable. It's considerable, and I think we've gotten better at it. Obviously, if you go back and you listen to
Right.
some of the beginning episodes, I didn't know how to edit very well.
That was
So I've
definitely a difference.
I've gotten better at that.
Yeah.
And I've also learned some tricks that have made it quicker and
Right.
easier. But Sabrina Olson asked our opinion on why so many women seem to love true crime. And it's a big it's an interesting question.
Yeah. And it's a good observation, right? Because that's what it is.
Oh, there's no doubt it's true.
yeah.
I mean, the majority of podcast listeners and people that watch the
True crime.
true crime shows on ID or Oxygen or whatever it is,
Right.
they are women. It's just the demographics bear it out.
I know over the years we've seen it slowly change a little bit, but we're seeing more men.
In our audience, for
Right.
sure,
Yeah.
definitely more men. Now, I don't know if that's just because more men are now reaching out through email or,
Right.
but I think a lot more men are getting into it.
Sure.
And maybe it's because their wives are getting them into it, or
Well,
they're just finding it, or
Maybe they said, you know what? I'm going to have to watch this stuff anyway, so I better just go ahead and get into it.
I need to know what she's finding out.
Yeah.
because there's a question that's going to come up about that.
Exactly.
No, there's not a question that's going to come up about that, but there's a voicemail, I think,
Ah,
that talks about, somebody's a little scared because I'm watching all this true crime.
yeah.
I don't know what the exact answer is. My thought is that it's somewhere along the lines of, this desire to kind of understand the mindset, the thing that you
Human
and I
nature,
talk about. Yeah. Something that people just don't or can't understand or fathom. They would never do it themselves, but they're fascinated with why someone else can.
That need to know. I need
Yeah.
to know.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
Yeah.
Or I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's some science person that'll come out with it at some point. Our good friend Lottie
Yeah.
wants to know which of us would win in a fight. And I hate to do it, but
We're going to do it right now?
no.
Oh,
First of all, you and I would never fight. I could just literally never see that happening.
no.
I have some other friends that I've gotten in fights with,
Mhm.
but for some reason, that's not the relationship that you and I have.
No.
We don't even really even get mad at each other, which is kind of strange
Oh, really?
for friends,
Yeah.
But I have to give this one to you. I think you would whip me, but there's reasons for it. I mean, first of all, you have a lot of training
It's true.
from one of those 3-letter agencies that we're not allowed to mention.
Yeah. Might have to edit that part out.
I don't have that.
Right.
So
You
I'm
don't.
at a disadvantage right there.
Right.
The Kempo and the martial arts and the Taekwondo and, all that stuff that you've taken over the
Oh,
years
no.
and studied even abroad.
Gibby Kaiwan, man.
Did you say Kaiwan?
Yeah.
You definitely have your own thing.
Got that studio out there.
So I'll give you that. And then, who's the better cook? She asked that.
Mm.
I don't know. I don't think either of us has had a lot of the others cooking.
No. I've never cooked for you.
No, definitely.
You've cooked for me,
Yeah.
and it's been good.
I
It's never
actually-
been not good.
No, I actually can cook.
Yeah.
I'm not and I like to cook
Right.
if I have all the ingredients. The problem is when I look at some of these recipes, they're too fancy and I don't have all the shit, and then I
Yeah.
get ticked off.
I am a good cook. I know that.
Mhm.
I know you're a good grill master.
I am a good grill master.
So,
We'll call that a tie.
yeah,
Who drives faster? I think that's definitely me.
that's no doubt that's you.
You know, I have aggression issues. I have
Yeah.
road rage issues.
Yeah.
I do tend to drive fast.
Yep.
Last one, who would be the first to come to Europe for a meet and greet? My thought is that would be both of us together or not at all.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
I don't see one of us going over without the other.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
kind of the way I look at it.
Probably easier for me to travel than you. I don't know. Not really. With everything going on in my life with my mom and stuff right now.
Yeah.
Probably not. But it'd be, like you said, it'd be both of us.
I
And
think
if
it
we're
would
going to
be
go to
both
Europe,
of
it's going to
us.
be both of us.
I mean, I know that I'm not on any list that would preclude me from being on a flight. I don't know about the same for you internationally.
Yeah, I don't know. It depends on where we fly into.
Yeah, and which passports you're going to use and all that.
Right.
So,
That's a good call. Didn't think about that.
CJ Tackett wants to know, how long did it take me to learn how to speak Gibby?
Man, well, you use that new service that's out there,
Mhm.
you know. And,
Gibbyisms.
Gibbyisms, yeah.
I would say a few years before I really started probably to understand. And I'm still working on it
Yeah.
after all these years.
Because I keep evolving
Yeah.
and changing
You're learning new words.
Yeah.
You're making up new words all
every day.
the time. So you just made up some kind of Gibby Wando or
Taekwondo, yeah.
Kaiwando.
Yeah.
But no, it's funny. I think, we each have our own styles and kind of the way that we talk and what we bring to the table. Katrina Walkling asked, have you thought about getting a bigger desk or maybe a different style so that Gibby doesn't look so out of place? First of all, no desk is going to change that, but
Oh, nice.
no, I get this question all the time, right?
Yeah.
Gibby has no space.
I don't know.
Gibby has, this or that. And you don't help with your perpetuation of the, which has now been proven wrong with video, of the fact that you got some crappy chair.
Well, I did. Not now. Now we
sure.
got this chair.
No, I think, this is what we started with.
It is.
I've asked you numerous times
Yeah.
because my thought was I could buy this same thing
Mhm.
and just turn it the other way
Mhm.
and you'd have your own space and you don't
It'd
want
be
it.
awesome.
You don't want it.
It'd be awesome, man.
You've said to me repeatedly, you're fine. For some reason, and I don't know why this is, you prefer to have your laptop like on your legs when we do the episodes.
I know. It's weird.
So it's not like I'm depriving you of desk space.
No. Did I say what you want me to say?
Yeah. This is why people keep asking the question all the time. Because literally, I think this desk cost $80. I'm not kidding you.
Yeah.
And
No,
I said,
believe
I'll
you.
just buy another one. We'll turn it
Little
the other
bit.
way
Yeah.
and you'll have your own thing.
And we just,
Somebody, Gibbs, messaged me and said, I think it was on Patreon, and said, you guys should look at the camera more. Like when we're doing the episode. And I'm like, I don't know how to do that. Because
we'd have to have a desk that sits across like this.
yes, we would. But then we wouldn't be able to see each other.
And I'd have to turn around and keep.
And that's always been the thing.
Yeah.
When you talk to somebody, you read their cues.
Right.
And part of the thing when we do the episode is we're riffing, and
What we ought to do is get two more cameras, one over there, one right here.
I have thought about that.
and then just merge, add it together.
I'm not smart enough to figure out how to put it all together
Or get a camera person, like hire one of your daughters to be the camera.
to walk around, and then it'll be all.
Be all jiggly, from them
Yeah.
moving around. And
I mean, obviously, if we were doing something, we wanted to just do the video as kind of an extra thing.
right. Yeah, we actually thought, who would want to look at us anyway?
Yeah, and I don't even know how many people watch it. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's just something extra, but it would be almost impossible. Now, I could go like this every now and then if you want, but it's kind of hard to do the episode. I need to see the screen, and
Right.
make sure I have my information right. So, but it's never changed.
Right.
throughout the years, everybody, especially once we got the video, okay, that cleared up the wooden chair bull, but that led to the why is Gibby out by himself in his little space with nothing?
I know.
We've talked about side desks, we've talked about different things, and you're like, "No, I'm good."
Remember when you bought me that really nice thing to drink out of, and then
Yeah.
you took it away from me?
Where the hell happened to that?
Yeah.
Mister, what'd I tell you? I said, why don't you just leave it here? We'll wash it
Mm-hmm.
before you come back to tape the next
know.
episode. And you're like, nah, I'll remember.
I got it.
It hasn't been here in like months.
It hasn't. Probably longer than months.
You keep going back to this gray
I love this cup.
free cup that
This-
that I got from ordering a pizza.
This one and the pink one that matches
I know.
it, they're my two favorite. I'll go through all your, I'll actually push all your stuff aside. You guys keep putting it in the very back, but I keep going to find it in the very back.
Because this is the way you are.
Yeah.
You want to make yourself.
No, I just,
I mean, it's a wonder
I
you
just really
don't
like it.
have. You do have a hole in your,
I do.
and I think that was probably on purpose.
It's actually falling apart, man.
I think that was on purpose. You want to make yourself look as ragged as possible so that you get this, that you get the sympathy.
I know.
And he's like, poor Gibby.
Poor Gibby.
That poor Gibby. And then by extension, Mike is doing this to Gibby.
Yeah, I know you got the new True Crime All the Time stuff. I still got this, I can't even afford a hat.
Oh yeah. No, you can't
So,
afford nothing.
I don't
The
know.
guy with an actual job. The guy that didn't get laid off.
Mm-hmm.
What else, man? What else do we have?
Is that all the questions?
That was all the questions.
Wow, that was good questions.
There was some good questions. And
Yeah.
and I'm having to delete some because there are
But we have questions for you.
multiples. Do you? What is your question?
I don't know. I didn't think you were going to ask me that fast.
No,
I
answer.
I thought I had some time to
No.
come up with some questions for them.
No, if you're going to say it and point and do that,
Yeah.
you got to know.
I don't know.
So you don't have nothing.
I don't have
So it's like taping an actual episode.
exactly.
You got nothing.
I got nothing.
No, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah, it's all right.
But there are times where, let's be honest. We're going through the episode
Mm-hmm.
and, I'm looking at you and we kind of figure out where we're
Yeah,
all both going to jump in. And you've got something. I can tell.
It's there.
I can always tell in your face when you're getting ready to say something. So
Yeah.
I know when to kind of stop and back off.
Right.
And then you lose it.
I know. It's like
It
from
goes
here.
somewhere.
By the time you stop, it's like I don't remember what I was going to say. It's gone.
It's what's
like,
But that's
Yep.
what happens. So,
that's how it rolls, man.
all right. That was fun. I laughed a lot.
Good.
I've still got little tears in my eyes because it cracked me up. But a lot of good stuff this weekend.
Yeah,
And I think with that, let's get to taping.
let's do it.
We appreciate everything you do for us. We love you.
do.
And we'll talk to you next week.
See ya.